Hi everyone. So, I'm really nervous because I have no idea what is going to happen. Like, I have no idea. So, as you know, and if you don't know, I have an implanted eyebrows and I am always looking for ways just to make our lives a bit easier when it comes to having implanted eyebrows. So with implanted eyebrows, our brows grow continuously, which means that they do require trimming. And how often they require trimming is really down to kind of personal preference. So I've left them to grow quite a bit so that we could see if my idea works or not. And I'll get around to what my idea is after I just do a quick recap with everyone. So here are my brows, and there's a fine line with implanted eyebrows in terms of length. So for me personally, there's like a moment where I think, oh yeah, they're a great length, they're quite long, they look full. And then maybe if I leave it a day or two too long, they look really unruly. So I think if I was to like leave these for another day, they would start to look quite unruly and need a trimming. And once they're trimmed, they just look much more kind of refined, they look neater. And how I usually trim them is I brush them up, I hold my hands there, and then I trim with regular eyebrow scissors. So, I mean, that works fine. It's really easy. It doesn't bother me at all. So it's not that I need a new method to kind of trim my eyebrows. It's just kind of a way of exploring to see if this works or not. And maybe it might be easier because sometimes I find that if I trim too short, then they can look a bit sparse and gappy. So, you know, it does take getting used to. For example, I like to keep these ends a little bit shorter. The mid section I like to keep a bit longer, and then the ends, honestly, I prefer them quite longer. I like length in the head of the tail. But some days it varies, and obviously with grooming them so often, you do get to play about with them and have more of a choice, which is fun. So what have I come up with? So I've seen online that there are these kind of precision shavers. So this one's by Philips and it's called Precise Touch Up from Head to Toe. And it says safely shape or trim unwanted hair. And it's designed for precise eyebrow shaping, facial hair, bikini trimming, and there are a lot of men's products out there that are like this. So like the men's precision trimmers, or they use them for like their nose hairs, their ears and stuff like that, kind of gross. But they do also use eyebrow, they use it for their eyebrows to kind of almost like not fade, but like use this comb to gauge the length so that when they do trim their eyebrows, it's all that one same length. So this was this was the female version. So the difference that I found with the female version and the men's version was that the length of the combs were much shorter with any kind of female precision kind of trimmer, electric battery operated trimmer. I mean, some were USB. So for example, this is a 2 and 4 millimeter trimming comb. So if I use this attachment and if I use it correctly, I should be able to only trim the hairs that I want to either 2 millimeters or 4 millimeters. Now I should have really got a ruler for you. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know how tiny a millimeter is. So for me, 2 and 4 seemed really quite short, and I like my brows a little bit longer. So I was like, is it even worth me trying? But then I noticed with the men's products, their brow combs this is a slightly different style, but you can get kind of stick or pen trimmers, but the only difference in this same style was that their combs for their eyebrows were much longer. So I think theirs ranged from 3 to 5, so probably 1 millimeter taller in length than the female one. But then I managed to find this one, and this one had almost like a men's fader tool. I don't know what they're called, but this one has interchangeable positions for the comb, so that it can range from 2 millimeters to 10 millimeters. So I feel like this is the safest one to try first of all. Maybe I'll do the men's one on the right eyebrow and then try the 4 millimeter, because I'm not going to try the 2 millimeter. That's going to be way too short on this eyebrow, and see if it works, if it's something I can incorporate into my new kind of routine with my implanted brows. I am kind of nervous. So anyway, I'm just going to jump to it and see if it works. So this one's by Babyliss and it's for men. This was the only one that I could find that had that range. So it's quite a big range, 2 millimeters to 10. So it's got this adjustable comb thing, literally like a fader. Ooh. And you kind of push it up here like that. So you see that's the 10 mil, that's position 5. So that's the 10 millimeter length. The only thing I don't like about this is that it looks like you should do it like that, but that doesn't make sense, because the whole point of this gauge is to stop you from shaving too low or too close to the skin. So obviously I've got it at 10, so that's the tallest height. And if I was to, in theory, if I go over my brows now like that, I should be just shaving up to only 10 millimeters worth of eyebrows off. And then it goes down in 2, so I think it goes to 2 millimeters, 8, 6, 4, and 2. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. And now for the female one, these are really good sets, by the way. Anyway, like I feel like I love the female one, the woman's one, to just use to kind of shave the ends of my tails off. It's a really good set. I got it from Amazon. It comes with tweezers. Like I said, it's this cute little pen. Comes with a lid. But anyway, I'm just going to focus on what I'm intending on using it for at the moment. For my little test is for the eyebrows, and I think you're supposed to. So this is shorter, so that definitely looks like 2 millimeters, and that would be the 4 millimeter one. So I suppose you put it in depending on which length you want. Make sure you get that right. That definitely, yeah, this side is definitely longer, so let's clip that in. So I feel like this is way easier, right? It's got a nice. So if I was to go over my brows with this, I know every single length should be like even, and should all be 4 millimeters. I like that it's like got this kind of flat toothbrush. I feel like I won't make mistakes with this in terms of length. But my only problem with this is, again, that I still feel that 4 millimeters is too short. So I'm scared. Again, with this ranges from 2 to 10, but it's not as easy. I mean, it's not that it's difficult. It's not rocket science, but you can see how like this is really going to be easy, and I doubt I'll make mistakes. Where this, I feel like I could, if I angled it wrong, mostly if I got the angle wrong, there's more chances of clipping in hairs shorter than the length that I want, which is obviously at this gauge only 10 millimeters. So anyway, I'm just gonna do it. I'm freaking out. I don't know why I'm freaking out, because my hairs will grow back within literally a few days, but I just hope it doesn't go too wrong, because I'm excited. Like, if it does work, how cool is that? And again, before I try, you guys are like, hurry up already. This, without the kind of comb, this is just like a great shaver. And I don't know if you guys have seen my previous IGTV stories, but to kind of create that fox eye brow look that's so in fashion at the moment, what I do is I cheat and I shave off my tails about 1 centimeter on each side, and then I kind of fill in a bit at the bottom, and then that gives a much straighter brow look on me, which is a cool cheat. So, okay, here we go. Should I do the... I'm going to go in with the men's first, just because it's a longer length. And there is... I don't know. Let's just try it. So, this is 10 millimeters. Ah! All right, I'm just going to like comb it. I'm going to comb it. It's at 10 millimeters. I shouldn't be shaving any shorter because of this gauge. So here I go. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can do it like super close up for you guys. You can see they really do a trim. So ready? Fuck. Right, here we go. Oh, I heard stuff. I definitely went shorter there. Oh my god. Okay. So that has definitely trimmed this brow. And obviously these were really short anyway, so that wasn't going to affect. The 10 millimeter gauge was not going to touch this, but it did touch the fronts, and I suppose every hair now that I've got there should be 10 millimeters in length because of that gauge. So that is super easy. In terms of like no fuss, if you're finding this really tricky, because remember, because it's scissors and you're manually kind of lifting the hairs up, I've noticed before that I haven't managed to get all the hairs even, because it's hard. I'm not a hairdresser for my eyebrows, so you know, we're gauging it on that kind of outline. So it's interesting to see how that worked. Personally, I like how neat it's made it, for sure. Like, it's totally made it neat. I really like the fronts much longer, so maybe what I'll do is kind of stop next time there, and I could just use that, really, couldn't I, every day to just get that perfectly groomed brow. But how easy was that? That's way easier than trimming. Okay, so now that I know that that is kind of a perfect length, 10 millimeters, and then 4, like, that's gonna be way too short. I don't know what to do, guys. Should I try it for you guys? I'm freaking out. Oh, God's sake, go on, we'll try it. So this is the standard in most of the brow pens or brow trimmers that I've looked. Their standard eyebrow length is 4 millimeters. And I've used a 10 millimeter gauge on this men's brow trimmer. I just wish it was like this style. It is way shorter. Oh my god, that's gonna be so short. Alright, let's just try it. Who cares? There's things I do for you guys. This is going to be so short, but let's just see what happens anyway. Alright, I just don't want to do number 2. I just want to make sure it's 4 millimeters at least. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Right, ready? It's only gonna take a few days before they grow back in length, Malloy, so I don't know why I'm freaking out so much. Just feels like I'm gonna shave it all off. Okay. Not really that bad. It's definitely shorter. Okay, let's have a look at the difference. That was 4 millimeters. Let's have a look. Okay, so I can see already that it's so short. That's kind of, it's too short. So for me, it's made it a little bit sparse in places where I haven't got the most fullness from the transplant. And I feel like 10 still gives like a good length for it to still look full, where 4 has made it short, it looks neat. But remember I told you before, there's like a fine line. If you trim too short, it can look sparse and not as full. So I think number 4 is too short. Too short, definitely from the front. For here, maybe it's nice. I'm gonna try like here again. Yeah, I like number 4 for the tails. I don't like number 4 for the fronts. So I think in terms of this, incorporating this into like an implanted girl's kind of routine, I would definitely go for a men's trimmer that has a taller gauge option. Like I said, this is a 10 millimeter, just looks a bit better than the 4 millimeter. Has made it a little bit sparse, so not as scary as I thought it would be. It's just a shame though, because this is such a cute, it's just so cute, where this is not cute. Maybe that's what I need to do for you guys. I need to make an electrical trimmer for females that we can put in a little bag and it can be cute. It like has a lid and everything. It's just such a cute little tool. See all the hairs. Yeah. Okay. So well, at least I can use number 4 for my tails, and I can use it without the comb to do like to shave away the ends. Because I have found that the microderma facial blades that I use, I don't actually use them on my face, but the blades that I use usually for the ends of my tails when I do the faux fox eye look, they can get quite blunt. So I imagine this is a better investment with that. So still, it wasn't a waste of money. I just wish that it had a comb that was 10 millimeters long. I need to get over it, right? But so there you go. So this one was by Babyliss. It's Babyliss Men, and it was the mini trim 3-in-1 trimmer. We definitely recommend this for you implanted girls. Just because you could say, if you don't like it as long as me on a 10, it goes down in 2s. So this is definitely worth it. And how easy was that? I literally just went and it was done. Whereas, you know, it has taken me a year to get this method down, and it's fumbly and a bit fiddly, where this is just kind of amazing, right? So in theory, it worked, and I'm happy. And I hope you guys found that video interesting and informative. I'm always here to like try and help you girls who do have implanted brows, like help you find solutions, help you with your training, help you with just styling and grooming your brows once they've grown in. And for like any of you ladies that are interested in getting your brows implanted, just finding routines that you can implement into your lifestyle and it not be so difficult, you know. And that's it. I was going to show you guys a product that I heard on the kind of grapevine that some surgeons have been recommending in terms of styling your brows. So everybody knows that I recommend the Kryolan Forming Brow Gel. I like it in terms of that it's got a really great hold. It lays those hairs down to the skin and it sticks it there glued. So it's really good for training and training your brows at night. But there are a couple of products that other surgeons kind of recommend. One is the Orbi Rock Gel, which is a hair product, which I actually got in my hair right now. It just doesn't work. I don't know why that's even suggested. It's just like it's got like it's got a hole, but it's still got like a glycerin kind of shiny texture, so it doesn't stick it to the skin. It doesn't last. It's still movable and malleable. So for training, I don't know why that's really recommended. Another thing that I heard that was recommended was, which I thought was really interesting, was a mustache wax. So you know those guys with those like fancy mustaches, right? Apparently it's like this whole thing. They use super strong waxes. And I've heard that is another product that has been recommended to kind of help train and use on your implanted brows day to day. I've never used the Orbi Rock Gel on a day to day on my brows because it just doesn't work. So, okay. I'm going to do it now. I thought I would do it in another video, but I might as well just do it now. I've got the product in my hand. I ordered, again, this one from Amazon. It's got a cute little comb. It's a mustache wax by Clubman. And actually, this one's coloured. It comes in brown. I tried to get clear, but it was out of stock. So I have no idea what this is even going to look like. So I'm just going to give it a go and see. Does this work? It's like a little toothpaste. Yeah. It smells like a hair pomade. Should I use this thing it comes with? I'm going to use a spoon just because it just doesn't. I'm going to put it on now, squeeze it out. It's really in there. Goodness. Okay. Should I try with this? I always put way too much product first, so I'm going to try with a smaller product and see how this goes. Let's have a look. I'm going to put it in, I'm going to put it in this brow. Oh, okay, there's a lot of colour. Oh, that colour is very, smells like lemon. Wow, like citronella. This is weird. If this works, this could be amazing because it doesn't require, like the soap brows, it doesn't require like a spritzer, you know, like a setting mist on the on the soap brow or on the wax to kind of apply the product, like clean that up a bit. Okay. Kind of cool. Quite like it. I like it. I think for styling, it's a really cool product. I'm really surprised. It's really like soft. It's like coats the hairs so you can still get that fluffy look. It's not like sticking dead onto the skin, which is nice also. Like sometimes you don't want that like dead stuck on the skin laminated look. Really, this is a huge surprise. Wow. Okay. Do we try like a comparison? So I'll do like the Patrick Ta soap brows just for comparison of this random moustache wax that I've got on my right eyebrow. Remember, I trimmed this with the precision trimmer, which was a 4mm comb. So it's shaved this brow a bit too low, which has now created a few gaps and it's made it a little bit too sparse. But hopefully this might fix it, might sort it out, might make it less of a problem, who knows. So I've tried this product with you guys before. I do still like it. It does give a really kind of shiny, laminated, brushed up look. It doesn't last that long with my implanted brows. So if I want like a really strong hold and I want my hairs to lay flatter on my skin, then this product doesn't do that for a very long time. It does it for, I'm gonna be generous and say 4 hours, but it could be less. My hairs will eventually like lift off my forehead. But when you kind of brush it down like this is the initial look with the laminate, like it gives it that really laminated look. Such a difference, right? With the mustache wax. So interesting. So the mustache wax is really given it's really coated each hair and given it like a fluffy, like almost like a fiber gel look. And then obviously because it's colored, it's given a really nice background. And the Patrick Ta is the, it's really giving, even though it's tinted, it's not like tinting the way the mustache gel is. So it's so interesting for me anyway. But there you go. Quite a difference, right? Tell me guys what you guys think. Do you guys like the Patrick Ta? Or do you like my really random mustache wax, fluffy, kind of natural brow discovery? And in saying that, the 4mm eyebrow trimmer, once it's got eyebrow product on, it's not that sparse. So I could use this on a daily and just be like vroom vroom anytime I needed a trim. So I'm really excited about that. I hope you girls who have implanted eyebrows definitely give this a go. I definitely recommend incorporating it into your routine. Definitely way easier than scissor trimming. This is an amazing discovery. I don't know how long it will hold or how long it lasts. I'll let you guys know and I'll keep you updated. But thanks again for watching and I will speak to you guys soon.